Hello, Facebook. I am trying my very first Facebook Live video from my studio and home office. How are you this morning? Just wanted to try this avenue out. I want to talk about pursuing your dreams, something I have been trying to do for a while, and hired a coach to help me. And I've got to say it's worth it if you're not sure exactly where to go or what to do, to find a professional. Speaking of that, just know that it's very scary and vulnerable to pursue your dreams. There's all those great videos that tell you to just do it, to pursue it no matter what, to ignore all the negative Nellies, and that actually can be really hard if you don't have a support network of some kind. So my recommendation to you is to look for mentors and professionals who've been there, done that. If you can't find any, watch Brene Brown. She's on YouTube. She has Transcending Failure and all kinds of great videos on this kind of subject, on how to rise strong, and how the people watching from the arena are not the people you want to listen to as you pursue your dreams. You want the people who've tried to pursue their own and have been there and done that. You want the people who have fallen many times and gotten back up again. You want everyone that has tried to buck the system. That's who you want. Only take advice from those who've been there, done that, put themselves out there, who have haters, actually, because you're going to have them too. You're going to have people who judge and criticize you, people who come at you with their pain, their fear, there's just so much that's going to come out when you go to pursue what you wanted to do all along, or as you discover what you want to do once you peel back the layers of all the programming and conditioning from your upbringing. Also, no one needs to know what you're working on. If you can't put it into words, which is something that I really struggled with even until fairly recently, you don't have to talk about it. You don't have to broach the subject with anyone. You can just say you're working on a personal project that you're not ready to talk about yet. Find the people who are safe to talk to. Find the people who love you no matter what. The people who think you're the greatest thing since sliced bread. And then after that, you also want to find the people who are your voice of reason, not your negative Nelly that's going to come at you with all the things that can go wrong and how you're going to fail. You want the person who's just going to bring that solid voice of reason, like, hey, have you thought about this angle? Or have you put some work or thought into this before you go forward? That's what you want. And don't ignore your gut instinct. If something doesn't feel right, stop what you're doing. Sit with that and examine it. Your gut doesn't lie. If you're in a situation where your stomach is often in knots, you feel tremendous anxiety, you really need to examine where you're at. If it's your day job, if it's your family, your friends, wherever, your community. If your gut is upset, it's telling you that you need to examine something. It's usually a compromise on your beliefs, your integrity, your values. Something's hitting you that you need to look at. And it may be that you need to set some boundaries. It may be that you need to remove yourself from that situation. It may be that you need to stand up for yourself, which can take a lot of bravery, which is why you want a good, solid support network. And while you're working on yourself and working on your dreams, no one's obligated to understand what you're doing, and you're not obligated to make them understand. You can just pursue. And then find resources. For me, it was going on to meetup groups or asking people I already knew if they knew somebody that could help me. And then there's people who, when you mention what you're up to, they tell you what they've done in their past or are doing, and they have advice If they're walking the walk and talking the talk, listen to them. And if they want to give you free advice, take advantage. It can be hard to ask for help, and if someone wants to help you and you know that they have resources and value, let them help you. You can't beat free, solid advice from the people who've been there, done that. And just one piece of advice that I received was to just keep trying new things. If you're a creative person like me, there's certain things you become very attached to, things you want to work. And if there's no market for it, you have to let it go. So if it's something that you're attached to, you may have to make it something for yourself only and move on to another idea or project and see if there's a market for that. But you do have to be willing to go through trial and error, test out your market, and then putting yourself out there, especially on social media, which is filled with critics, filled with people just waiting to knock you down because they have time on their hands and they're scared. And so if you have trolls, know they're coming from a place of, well, I can't do that, so you can't either. And they're coming from that place when they attack you. And JP Sears has a great video on trolls that's very kind and empathetic towards those trolls, which I think is important. You don't want to have that knee-jerk reaction where you start this ridiculous argument that doesn't go anywhere. Usually your trolls are strangers or people you rarely have contact with in real life, if ever. You can research that person on your own and see if they have any followers. And if they do, what are their followers like? Are they kind, empathetic, uplifting, positive people? Probably not, if they have any. People who attack you are coming from a place of fear and pain. They're coming from a place of not believing in themselves. So they're going to attack you because you're everything they want to be, and they don't know how to do that. So for you, come from a place of love and empathy and leave them alone. You do not have to respond to them. You do not have to engage them. You can simply let them post what they need to post. You can let other people jump into that argument on their own. It can create its own thread, but you just keep moving forward with what you're all about. And ultimately, it's never too early or too late to pursue whatever it is you're wanting to pursue. And try as many new things as you like. Try as many new careers as you want. Try as many new ideas and crafts, and just pick up and abandon at will. It's your life. We're in a society that still preaches being loyal to a corporate or conglomerate that would replace you in a week if you died. So you've got nothing to lose by doing what's best for you. And always do what's best for you. When you do what's best for you, you let other people do what's best for them, and you'll be so much happier and healthier, acknowledging what's really in your gut and trusting what's in your gut and removing yourself from toxic situations, toxic people. And on social media, if it gets to the point where you need to just block some of those trolls, do it. Don't feel guilty about it. It is not your responsibility to change people. The only person you're ever going to change is yourself. The only one who can make you happy is you. The only one who can love you is yourself. Once you love yourself, it's much easier for people to love you too. Pursue your dreams and find that tribe. If you have to bring on perfect strangers into your tribe, do that. I've had to do that. I've had to cultivate relationships I never imagined I'd cultivate. And I love you too, Brandy. I miss you. And for the people at my old job, I will be dropping by, I promise. My new job has been intense. I do work part-time at an acupuncture clinic, and it is quite fascinating. And that is helping me bridge the gap in the bills until I take off with my Living Out Loud program. So while I'm here, Living Out Loud is a program designed to help women express themselves authentically. And even though women tend to be better at diving into their emotions, we're still programmed and conditioned out of it. We're still told we're too sensitive, that we need to grow a thick skin. And frankly, vaginas are stronger than ball sacks. That's how I feel about it. And we need to honor that, recognize that, embrace that, and run with that. And so my programs are all about helping women dive deep into their true feelings, find out where it's coming from, learn all over again how to trust their gut, and run with that. And I've actually had some men ask if I can help them do the same, so that could be in the future as well. But thanks for joining the live chat. It's my first one. I have no idea how this camera thing works. I have no idea how it's coming across to you. So any positive feedback is welcome, and don't forget, pursue your dreams. You don't have to make sense to anyone. You don't have to talk about it. Find the right mentors. Just keep exploring. They may be perfect strangers on the internet. And your trolls are there and coming from a place of pain and fear. And if you have to block them to move on in peace, do that. So I love you all. I wish you all inner peace. I wish you all the courage to love yourself, the courage to recognize that what everyone else may see as a flaw is actually your strengths. And I love you, and thank you for watching.